Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm leaving Lander, but before I do I need to dump some trash and go pick up some water. And so this is going to kick off my new day and off to question mark. I'm still not exactly sure where we're going, but I have some great ideas and some great suggestions from the people here in Lander and other travelers who stayed here, and so I can't wait to share these. Oh yeah, today I have a song of the day also. Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. Just a super fun upbeat song. Really like this one, but that's neither here nor there. I just thought that was a fun song for today, so I'm gonna be singing it and jamming in the van as I go down the road to somewhere. Again, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going. Oh no, my trash is stuck. I don't know what happened here, but okay, cool. Here we go. Before we leave, one of the things I didn't share with you guys was this awesome looking bathroom. Look at this. Okay, so it has running water, flush toilets. That's cool, whatever. But the designs on this are absolutely epic. You can see here it talks about the Popo Aggie Gold watershed mural. It says here that Atlas or Atlander Art and Sciences commissioned this mural as part of their Popo Aggie Gold project to highlight the water resources in the area. So that is pretty neat. You never would think that like something as simple as a bathroom could have such a cool story, but hang on, let's go to the other side. Look at this. Is this not epic? This is everything that you could find here in the watershed area, and it just makes this bathroom that otherwise could just be really boring into something pretty neat. And then it just keeps going over here too. Well, this is what the sky looks like this morning. I mean, it feels wonderful though. In this direction, it looks like it's trying to clear up, but I'm not sure if it's going to. So this is not going to be a great solar day, that's for sure. Which is not great because I've noticed that with it being so hot, the freezer is pulling a lot of power. It doesn't pull a lot all at once. It only pulls like 40 watts. But because it's been so warm and because it's in the van, it has to pull that 40 watts pretty consistently. It's definitely testing out the ability of the set power today. Speaking of power, let's get some power cranking so that we can get going. Okay, we're almost here and it's raining just a little bit. So even though the sky is clearing a bit more off to the left there, it is definitely kind of sprinkly here. Okay, got that. Is there anything else I need? I don't think so, but I'm gonna look around real quick. We have things for lunch and dinner today. I already have things for breakfast. I have grapes. My refrigerator is pretty full. My freezer has a lot of stuff in it. So the only thing I can think of is maybe I need something crunchy. I don't have any of the ones that I want, so we're just gonna move on from that and check out, I guess. Now, normally I would just go ahead and put the water in the jugs and be done with it, but it's kind of still raining a little bit, so I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna put it in the back. And then whenever I get to the gas station that I go to, I'll do that and then dispose of the jugs. Okay, starting off, 4 gallons of water and 1 small Pepsi, $8.45. And the only reason I got the Pepsi is because I did not have coffee and I clearly need something today. So I figured this was an easier way for me to do it. They did have a Starbucks inside, but I like to reserve my Starbucks time for whenever I'm actually officing, and I don't drink Starbucks any other time other than whenever I am officing. And that way, whenever I'm there, it is for a purpose and it has a very specific function in my life. I found that function is so important on the road whenever I'm trying to like delegate my time, energy, and effort. And so I have certain things that I only do on certain days. Okay, I finally got out of Lander and I started going toward Dubois. I have about an hour to drive to get there, but I'm going to a really interesting bighorn sheep complex where they have a center that tells you about bighorn sheep, and then apparently they also maintain the largest herd. And as you can see, the sky has cleared up, so I might be getting some solar after all, so that's good because I need some solar. Ooh. It's been a learning curve adding the extra freezer in, just because I have to figure out which station works best for it and how warm it gets in the cab. I keep a thermometer in both the back of the box and then also in the front cab area, and I've noticed that like if it is a super intense sun day, because the way that the refrigerator and freezer sit, they're in the front seat, they get super hot, whereas in the cab it's hot, but it's not it's not as hot as they are getting because of the motors and stuff like that. Does that make sense? So basically, long story short, they just require a little bit more power when it's hot outside. It's fine. You know, I said that we were going to drive like an hour, but I found something, so we're not driving an hour. We're going to stop for a minute, and then we'll drive an hour. But this is what I love to do. I love to drive and look and find, and I found something cool. We have a memorial, and it is incredible looking. Not only is there the tank, but there's also this wall of all of those that served and some of them that were killed in action. And then there's something else that I'm going to show you in just a few minutes. Now the wind is pretty gnarly out here, so I'm just going to show you this and then we can talk about it when we get back to the van. But this is so neat. Wow, incredible. This is the Path of Honor, and the Path of Honor serves as a reminder to us all of those who have served from the Wind River Reservation. It has every single engagement that the Wind River people have been a part of. And these stones are some of the most incredible stones I've ever seen. The detail is so intricate. These are immaculate. They are not just carved words. They are entire embodiments of feelings and emotion through stone. It's just wild to see it. And then they're filled with so much love, and you can tell that they have so much respect for the community and those who have been in the community and then also served our country. But in addition to that, they have surrounded them with native plants to the area and made a beautiful place for people to come and honor those that have served, basically. It's just so incredible to see. And when I saw that, I was like, I have to stop. This is one of the best veterans memorials that I've seen in way of detail on stone itself. It's just so amazing. This is why I travel the way that I do. I travel fast, I travel loose, so that I can have flexibility in my days to stop at places like this and just to soak it in and to learn about the communities. There are so many people on that wall who have served from this region, from just this tiny little region. You know, Wyoming and Montana are some of the lesser populated areas, but to see that many names that have served is incredible. So thank you for your service. If you are seeing my video and you are from this area, I appreciate you. And this is one of the best memorials I've seen. This is so cool. Woo-hoo! Here we are. We've made it to our next little town along the way. The Veterans Memorial is right outside of this town. And this is where I went to the Sacagawea gravesite on my last trip up here. I went there because I thought it was kind of a fascinating story. They truly believe that is her here in the community, and that she was a very caring person and that she was very involved. And there's a lot of speculation by scholars, is that really her? But the people of this area, the tribal members, truly do believe it is. And so I thought it was beautiful how that they had honored her there. And so if you did not see that video, go check it out. This is a wonderful history-filled corridor with so many interesting things. But that was just one of them. And along the way, I can only imagine the stories that this actual land has to tell. Not to mention they do their huge powwow here in this area. And I'm just missing that by a few days, like about a week. And I'm so sad. But it is what it is. Okay, let's see. I think this one is charged. I just pulled off for a second. Yep, okay, so this one's fully charged. Okay, that's plugged in. My GoPro's still down here. I forgot to put it up after doing my patches yesterday. Speaking of which, yesterday I filled in my ceiling and got all of my current patches up and on it. So that was a great accomplishment. And then right after that, I relaxed and had just a beautiful waterfront view of the river for the last night that I was at my campsite. The city park in Lander was absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. Again, 3 nights absolutely free, and it's right on the river. They have some shaded spots and some full sun spots. They have lots of room. Tons of people were there and just recreating, and it was fabulous. Everyone was so nice, and they just asked that you come into town and, you know, meander, spend some money. Lander was awesome, but yeah, that was my yesterday. That's how I closed it out. I forgot to share that with you all, but yeah, pretty peaceful. Okay, I took a little bit of a stretch break. I got stuck in some traffic because they were restriping the road. So I thought this was a good way to see something kind of cool. So while I stretch, you guys can look. do a quick battery check. Oh, we're pulling in 35 watts right now, so this battery's only at 49%. But that was a pretty incredible stop. I feel a little bit better now. Sometimes when you're on the road and you get slowed down, we were going like 70, and then it turned into like 35, and we were in traffic for a bit. So I just decided I needed to pull off as soon as I could and take a little stretchy poo, and I feel so much better, so much better. I just pulled into Dubois, and there are some cool signs that I wanted to check out because I have never been into Dubois proper. Now, I've been to the military museum, which is just a short distance outside of town. That was one of the coolest museums I've been to. Huge. It is Smithsonian sized, but it is in the middle of Wyoming. It really is insane how big the private collection of this one man is. And when I passed by it a while ago, it looks like they have an additional building now since the last time that I was here, which is insane. That was only 2 years ago, and there's a whole nother building. But that place was so good, so good. Very affordable and very much so worth it if you are into history and want to see the military vehicles, because it is literally like the Smithsonian in there. They spent a lot of money. They had the animatronic people from Disney put together things for them. That should tell you a lot. Like, they invested in that thing. And it's just a private guy who was like, hey, I want to get a tank because I want to be in a parade. And it turned into a fascination that turned into an entire museum. Oh, it's chilly because of the wind. Valley of the Warm Winds. Not today, not today. They also have free Wi-Fi in Town Park. That's cool. So free Wi-Fi, cool. But more so, the signs that followed that sign were amazing. I mentioned previously that this area is filled with all sorts of really interesting history, and those signs tackle some of that. From the Native American history in this region to the trails, the ancient trails, all the way up to now a centennial like byway or highway that goes through. You can see the vast amount of information that is provided just by coming into town. We haven't even gone around town yet. They also mentioned the Bighorn Sheep Center, which is where I'm going to be going for my very next video, so you'll have to check that out. That's the main reason I drove over here. And they mentioned some of the other things that have been important to this area, such as skiing, recreating, camping, and the list goes on and on. Dubois is filled with interesting things, and while I am here, I can already see that this is a charming, cute little town just from what I could see as I was coming into town. So I can't wait to share a little bit more of it. And yeah, this is neat. They also have a fish hatchery just outside of town. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to that one this time or not, but I'm going to add it to my list if I don't, so I can come back here. And they're not super far from Grand Teton. Oh no, a fly got in my van. No! There he is. Let's see if we can get him out. Go. No. Ugh. There he goes. Okay, good. The flies here are big and they're slow. Very different than some of the other flies I've been seeing as I've been traveling. Those were big and fast, or small and fast, or small and in one case very slow, but that was because it was super cold where I was at. So that made sense. Here it is not that cold, so I don't know why they're just casually butterflying along, so to speak. But like I was saying, it's very close to Grand Teton. You can actually go into Teton from this particular route that we are on. I am not going to do that today. I have another plan for the parks that I am very interested in doing, and that's going to come in a couple days. Well, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. I haven't figured out my timeline on that yet, but I haven't been to Yellowstone and Teton in a while, and I want to go back. So we're going to be doing that at some point in the future because I have some things that I would like to do and see, but I'm trying to time it where I'm not there on a weekend. That's the hard part. I made it to the Bighorn Sheep Center, and I found another amazing Veterans Memorial that I'm going to go check out really quickly before I go in. If you're interested in the Bighorn Sheep Center, make sure you check out tomorrow's video. I have some really cool stuff that'll be coming from this, but I want to give it a dedicated video for those who are looking to plan a trip, so that way they don't have to like meddle through me just talking about my regular day, because that's just not fair to them. Okay, so first and foremost, I am loving Dubois. Whenever I came through town earlier, I saw something pretty interesting that I had to stop off at. So when I finished up at the Bighorn Sheep Center, I was like, oh, let's go. I got time. So, you know, my name is Bunny here on the channel, and I find all things that look rabbit-like, we'll say. And I think this actually constitutes as rabbit-like, but you tell me. I mean, what? Oh my goodness. But there is another one. I've never seen so many jackalopes in one place. This is amazing. And I really want one of these disco bunnies. I know it's a jackalope, but I want a disco bunny. This guy right here is cute. He's so cute. But this guy is huge. Like, he's as big as a moose, only he's a bunny with antlers. Oh yeah, this was a good stop. This was a really good stop. They also have some cool posters with like all the variants of jackalopes. This is so neat. I've never seen anything quite like this. I thought that was the big one. It is not. There is a bigger one. What? Not this one. This one's cute though too. Look at this. This thing is huge. What? Oh my gosh, this is so scary. Yeah! We're in Wyoming! It's so big. This is so cool. And I love the mural behind it. It just makes it even better. And he has a friend, even though, wow, Bigfoot, really? Really? You're eating a jackalope? That's not nice. That is not nice, sir. My entire day has been made. I just laughed so much. And I got some random stranger to film that for me. And he just looked at me like, okay, I get it. So thank you, random stranger, if you happen to find this video. I appreciate you so much. But I did get some patches, so now I can move on to my next part of my day. Wow, you never know what you're gonna find when you just give yourself an opportunity to just open your eyes and see some weird stuff. I am the happiest human. Oh yeah, that was epic. So epic. So epic. Okay, I've definitely taken some notes. I want to return here when I have one of my friends with me because there are some cute little restaurants that I want to try out with them. I was told to go to the Honey House, and so that's one. And then I found another one that also looked really neat. And then there's some other cute little places in this little town. And one of the things that I learned from going to the Bighorn Sheep Center was that one of the girls who works there, she actually mentioned that she's a transplant, so to speak. She moved here and loved it so much that she stayed because there's so much outdoor recreation and the people here are just so nice. And that's been my experience too. Every single person I've spoken to has just been so joyous. And so, Dubois, I will be back. So after leaving there, I kind of was wanting to check out this next place. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. I have no idea. And this is just kind of how I move throughout my day. A lot of people have asked me for videos about what I do in a typical day, which is why I do these kind of videos where you can just kind of see me moving around and doing what I do, because that way you can have an attainable idea as to what it is that goes behind my personal days in the life, which are very unlike a lot of van dwellers I have found. I move very fast, I explore a lot, I find random things very frequently, and I pretty much go from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed every single day. I pack in a ton of stuff. Whenever I do these things though, the reason why I diversify by giving those individual dedicated videos is so that people who don't necessarily care about my van journey can have the access to those places and really enjoy them and get to see if that's where they want to go. You know, that's the best part of my job, is I get to do these really cool random adventure days where I'm just like, ooh, what's this? What's this? And it really satisfies the sense of wonder within me. But at the same time, I get to parse it down into a more like manageable content for you guys so that you're not just like, why? But today I'm exploring this dirt road in hopes of finding something. Going down the dirt road paid off. This is a fish hatchery and it's open until 5 o'clock, so I'm gonna go and check it out. If it turns into something cool, I'll do a dedicated video. Otherwise, I'll just show you a couple clips. That's the other weird part of my job. I don't know some days if it's going to turn into like a big site or a small site. This one looks pretty big. It looks pretty interesting. If there's tons of cool information, yeah, I want to talk about it. I want to tell people about it. But on other times I'll pull up and it'll be like, ooh, 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 and then it'll be like 3 things. And then, yeah, it just doesn't make sense to make it its own thing. So with that said, I'm gonna get to exploring. Okay, this place was cool. It was definitely cool. It was different than any other hatchery I've been to because of the way it's set up. Very neat. I can't wait to share this one. But now I'm on the road again. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh my goodness, they're doing some kind of like trail ride where they're taking photos under the arch at this ranch. That is so neat. I mean, that would definitely be an experience. So yeah, maybe that is something I should look into, especially after I was able to wrangle that jackalope the way that I did. What a view though. This is incredible. I've just had so much joy all day today. I mean, how could you not with places like this? Unfortunately, our adventure path ends here. There were no bighorn sheep. I came out here during like the migration time, so they're kind of moving around. And so they told me that I was less likely to see them at this particular time when I'm visiting than at other times, and that's fine. I just wanted to give it a shot, and I'm so glad that I did because it brought me out to this beautiful place to wrap up this video. I've had so much fun today, and now I know so much more about the Dubois area, and along the way I found some other cool stuff, so that was really spectacular. You never know what you're going to find, so pull off. If you see a brown sign, just try it. If you see something that doesn't necessarily sound like it might be in your wheelhouse, give it a shot anyway. Just give it a shot for the sheer brain wrinkles of it all. Just enjoy yourself. Take time to learn and to experience life as you're on the road. It's so much fun. But most of all, remember, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. So have a little bit of fun out there. And guess what? I'll see you next time. Bye.